Welcome, Algebra 2 students, to the homework help video, page 43, numbers 4 through 18. Let's jump right into this. Numbers 4 through 7, the directions say to use the given graph right here to state whether these statements are true or false. So let's read number 4 and let's check this out. Rainfall increased each month. Well, let's see if that's true. It increased here. It increased here, 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 here. This is June. This is July. From June to July, it decreased. So this is a false statement. The statement once again was rainfall increased each month. That's false. Number 5, the amount of rainfall was about the same in May and June. Let's see. January, February, March, April. Here's May. And here's June. Alright. I'm sorry, May and July. May and July. So, here's the amount of rainfall in May. Right here. And here it is in July. Yeah, that's just about the same. Yes, so that's true. That is true. Number 6, the greatest amount of rainfall occurred in June. Well, let's see. Here's June. But there's a point that's actually higher than that point. It's right here. So this comment here, this statement for number 6 is false. Okay, it's false. The greatest amount of rainfall occurred in September because that's the highest point on the graph up there. Okay. Number 7, the amount of rainfall was the same in January and July. Well, that's not even close to being true. Here's January. Here's July. So that's false. Okay, false. Numbers 8 through 10, the directions say to use the given table to decide whether each statement is true or false. So here we go. Number 8, now be careful, okay? Here's the age of certain people, and here's their education getting higher and higher, okay? As the years of education increase, the salary also increases. Let's see. For an 18 to 24-year-old with this much education, they make around $3,000. Then it goes up. Then it goes up. Then it goes up. So far it's true. For a 25 to 30 or 40-year-old, here's what they make with this much education. That they make $15,000, then 20, then 25. So that's good. Same thing here. From 11,000 to 15 to 21 to 26. So that's good. And then from 11,000 to 16,000 to 21 to 27. That's good. Do you see what I'm saying here? As the education gets higher from 9 to 11 years of school, to a high school graduate, to an associate degree, that's a 2-year degree in college, to a bachelor's degree, a 4-year degree, the salary always increases. So yes, that is a true statement. This is true. Number 9, as the years of education increase, the average salary decreases. And that's false, obviously. We just said that increases. That's false. As a person's education increases, their salary goes up. It does not decrease. Number 10, as the age increases, the salary increases. Let's see. Now we're going down, okay? So here's 18 to 24-year-olds, 2,000. Next age group, 9,000. Next age group, this much, then this much. Did it increase each time? Yes, it did. Same thing here. 7,000 to 15,000 to 15,700 to 16,000. So yes, here as I go down, this is for an 18 to 24-year-old. It goes up for a 25 to 34-year-old. It goes up for a 35 to 44-year-old, and it goes up for a 45 to 54-year-old. Okay. And same thing here. Increase, increase, increase. So that is true. Alright. Okay, number 11, the directions say to make a bar graph. Now, students, please listen. Your bar graph can have bars going vertically like this, or they can have a bar graph going horizontally like this. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm going to go vertically, but you can do it however you want to, alright? So here we go. First of all, let's go ahead and draw my rectangle I'm going to use, alright? And now let's intelligently decide. Let's pick our numbers, okay? If my bars are going to go up, which they are, then that means my numbers have to be over here, okay? So let's see, I'm going from 21 all the way to about 120. So I definitely cannot use tick marks of 1. I would have to draw 119 tick marks. It's a little crazy, okay? We're going from 20 to basically 30 to 40, 42. I think we can go in increments of 20 and be just fine, okay? So we're going to start at 0, and then 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 120. Alright, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 120. Okay? And actually, to do this really well, to be honest with you, our last tick mark really should be the top of the graph. That's really professionally how it should be done. So this should be 100, and then 120 is right here. Alright? So far so good. The first thing you want to do is make an intelligent decision with your numbers. There was no way you wanted to put 119 tick marks. I chose to go increments of 20. Makes sense, so we're good. Alright, now, let's label this, okay? So I'm going to put, what are these numbers? Gallons of water. So I'm going to put gallons of water. Okay, now lettuce will come first, and then tomatoes, melons, broccoli. I'm going to abbreviate that, I'm running out of room, and then corn. Okay, so lettuce is 21, so we'll go to about right there, barely above the 20, and we can shade that in. And there's my lettuce, okay? Now notice you do not want your bars touching, like here's a bar graph, and then here's one here, and then here's one here. Those bar graphs are all touching each other. You're not supposed to do that, okay? That's actually called a histogram. Bar graphs have a space between them, alright? So, tomatoes is 29, so 20, 30, so just about right there should work, alright? Let's color that in. And now let's go on to melons. Melons is 40, so about right there. Broccoli is 42, just a tad higher, barely. Not much, just a tad higher. And then of course corn is 119, so way up here, almost to the top. But not quite. And then color that in. And there's our bar graph. Now a couple more things we have to do. First of all, we have to label this down here. So that's going to be food. It's going to be pounds of food. And technically you should have a title for your graph. So the title would be gallons of water needed that's how you want to get it set up, okay? Alright, hope that makes sense. Let's move on to numbers 12 through 14. Okay, students, numbers 12 through 14, the directions say to answer the questions using the given bar graph. So here we go. Let's see, number 12, which was the most common waste generated by city dwellers, okay? So here we go. Most common waste, okay, well look, blue is the waste that is generated. See that right here? Green is the waste that was recycled, okay? So, what is the most common waste? Well, that's the blue. Looks like it's paper to me. Paper's way out here. So the most common waste generated by city dwellers was paper. How many millions of tons of waste was generated? Well, this is millions of tons. It's all the way out to 80, maybe a little bit past. So you could put 80 million if you wanted to for an answer, or you could put 81 million. Either way is fine. Okay? Number 13, which kind of waste had the greatest amount recycled? Well, recycled is your green. So my green is out the furthest here. So paper was the waste that was recycled the most. And how many millions of tons of waste was recycled? Well, let's see, 30, 35, about 36 million. I'm just estimating. If you put 35 or 37, that's okay. I'm putting 36, about 36 million pounds or tons. 36 million tons. Now, which kind of waste had the least amount recycled? Well, green is recycled. That would be plastics. So plastics had the least amount recycled. How many millions of tons of waste was recycled? How many millions of tons of this waste were recycled? Well, it looks like it's barely about 1 million. So I'm just going to put 1 million. That's an estimation. Okay. That's it, guys. Pretty simple. Okay, 15, 16, and 17, we're going to answer questions using this line graph right here. How many years did the minimum wage stay the same? Well, be careful. If you just count the dots, you're going to say it was 6 years that it stayed the same, okay? And I guess I would give credit for that on a test or a quiz, but really when it says years, I mean, I will give credit for 6 years, that's fine. But also from here to here is 1 year. From here to here is 2. From here to here is 3. From here to here is 4. From here to here is 5. So I think you make a pretty good argument for 5 years too, but I really do feel, the more I think about this, I really do feel the best answer is 6, because this was the minimum wage for all of 1991, for all of 1992, for all of 1993, for all of 1994, 95, that's 6 years, so the answer is 6 years, okay? For 6 years, the minimum wage stayed the same. 16, what was the minimum wage during the time when it remained the same? Well, it looks like about $4.25 to me. I mean, here's $4. Here's 5. Right in the middle is $4.50. That's about right in the middle of the middle, so I'm going to say $4.25. $4.25. In which year did the minimum wage increase to over $4? Well, let's see. In 1990, it was below $4. And in 1991, it went above $4. So in which year did the minimum wage increase to over $4? 1991. 1991. That was the first year it went above $4. In 1990, it was right here around $3.80. In 1991, $4.25. Alright. Okay, moving on to number 18, our last problem. We're going to make a line graph. Okay? A line graph. So pretty much line graphs for the most part, usually 99% of the times, have the numbers going up this side over here. Okay? And then the lines go up and down like this. Okay? So, I suppose you could do it the other way, but the most standard way to do a line graph is to have the numbers going up the left side. Alright, so let's see, number of stations. Well, first of all, let's see, it's the number of commercial television stations for different years, okay? So we start at 1,098, okay? That's looks like my lowest, and it continues to increase to 1,174. So to be honest with you, I really could go in tens. I really could. I could start at let's see, 1,090, and then 1,100. I'd have to bring that down a little bit to make everything fit. So that's 1,100, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 60, 70, and this will be 1,180 here, 1,170, 1,160, 1,150, 1,140, 1,130, 1,120, 1,110, 1,100, 1,090. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty good. Okay, now the only thing is notice, are you ready, guys? Are you paying attention? Listen carefully. Notice all of my increments are in increments of what? 10, right? But from the beginning, from here to here, it's an increment of 1,090. So remember what we have to do. We have to put that little jagged mark in here so as to show that there's a break in the graph. So you come up, looks like this, and then this. Okay, something like that. But actually, I'm going to try to do a better job of that so we can really do this well here. It's supposed to look like that, okay? And it's very important you put that because the gap from here to here, that gap right there is from 0 to 1,090. So that gap is 1,090, whereas all the other gaps are 10. So you have to put that on there, okay? Now, we have 1991, 1992, 1993, 94, 95, 96. Now over here on the left side, I would put number of stations. And for the bottom here, I would put the year. I would just put years. Okay. Now, we should have a title, and I want your graphs on tests and quizzes to have titles. I'm not going to take time and write it, but the title for this would be something like number of television stations from 91 to 96 or something like that would be a good title. Now, I know that most line graphs are supposed to have, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to erase this in a second. They're supposed to have lines going like this, and then lines going across like this. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do a line graph, okay? I'm not going to make you do that as long as your need is okay, so be very careful here. so that'd be about right in the middle between 40 and 45. 1,161. That's barely above 60, so about right there. And then 1,174, so about in the middle, about right there. Okay. So your line graph would start right here. And there it is. Okay. Not perfect, but definitely doable. Okay. Alright, that's it, guys. I think it's been a pretty simple homework assignment. But it's always important for us to study stuff like graphs and tables. Alright. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call or email, and I hope that this video has been a help to you.